In today's video, we're going to learn how to easily renew your CNA certification in Georgia with our comprehensive guide. We'll walk you through the entire process from checking your eligibility to submitting your application. Whether you're a seasoned CNA or approaching your first renewal, this video has everything you need to maintain your certification. So first, we'll start off with why you became a CNA in the first place. You were going through whatever you were going through, decided one day that, hey, I'm going to pursue nursing assistant classes. You took the class, became certified. Now, that initial certification is only valid for 2 years. So when your 2-year expiration date is coming up, you have to renew it. And I have been teaching CNA since 2012, and I'm responsible for thousands, maybe 3,000 CNAs being certified in the between all the schools that I've worked at in the past, and it's a hassle. It's a hassle once you let it expire. So it's much easier to keep it active and current while you have it. So the only requirement right now is to work an 8-hour shift in the 2-year certification in the 2-year renewal date. So you get certified June 2023, it expires June 2025. So you got 2 years to work one shift. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, does it? There's no fee. The licenses that I have, like my nursing license, I have to get continuing education hours. I have to pay a fee. I gotta pay for those continuing education hours. It's a lot that goes into it. But for the CNA, you get a pay stub, a W-2, a letter from your employer, and there's 2 ways you can do it. You can mail it in, or you can upload it to their website, and then once they review it, they give you 2 more years. It's that simple. I have had students who did not do the 8 hours for whatever reason, and I was going to talk about this later in the video, but we'll just get right into it. If you don't renew, in the allotted amount of time, you have up to 1 year, actually, to renew with this simple, easy process. Once your certification has expired over 12 months, you now have to retake the exam. And for all my veteran CNAs out there, you know that what you do at work is not necessarily what you do on that exam. So now you got to relearn all of that stuff. So, but it doesn't stop there. If you are expired 3 years or longer, you're not even a CNA anymore. Now you have to retake the entire program. So like I was saying, once you get your certification, you want to keep it. We'll talk about it. I've been teaching for 12 years. I've seen every scenario. I've had people who certification expired and was almost at 1 year and was able to get their paperwork in and get renewed. I've seen people who've had to take the exam. But like I said, the exam changes. It probably wasn't the same when you originally got certified. So they've attempted the exam, was unsuccessful, and then ended back up in class anyway. And then unfortunately, I've had quite a few people who've let theirs lapse 3 years or longer and had to retake the class. And that's sad. Okay, like I said, I've been teaching 12, 13 years, and it's unnecessary. All you have to do is go work somewhere, PRN. You can work private duty. As long as they pay you and a nurse signs it, you can submit that and get 2 more years. Even if you get paid in cash, you just have to have that employer or that responsible party write a letter, have it notarized that you get paid in cash. It's so easy to renew this certification that You you just got to stay on top of it. Um, so today I'll show you how to locate your name on the CNA registry, the www.mmis.georgia.gov. That website has everything CNA related. CNA and MedTech is all on this one site. You don't have to guess. You don't have to you don't have to call your school and ask ask them, do they have your certification on file? It's not necessary. It's public information, actually. Anybody can go on the website, put your name in, and your certification is going to pop up. Okay? 8 hours. That's it. It's free. Don't let somebody give you the hookup saying they can renew your certification for you. It's free. There's no hookup. If somebody's charging you a fee, probably scamming you. All right? Just work the 8 hours. It can be in the home care, assisted living setting, nursing home, hospital setting, whatever, anywhere they got CNAs and there's a nurse involved, you can get your 8 hours in. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go to them on day one like, hey, can y'all just hire me for a day? I'm trying to renew my CNA, because what employer is going to go for that? It costs money to onboard people. So I wouldn't go into it with that mindset. But you can work PRN, okay? You can do at PRN, you come in whatever their requirements are. Some of them you got to work X amount of hours a week, so many weekends in a month to keep that status. But whatever the reason is, whether you think you're done with CNA, that's fine. Be done with it. But maintain the certification unless you become an RN and you know you're not going to work as a CNA anymore. That's the only thing that comes to mind when people let their CNA lapse. So right now, like I said, recap really quick. Work one shift. Make sure you keep your pay stubs or keep a copy of get your W-2 and put it up so you will have access to it when you need it. Um, I, countless number of students who have let theirs expire. Um, and the information that I'm giving you is as of right now. What's today? March 25th, 2025. So who knows when it's going to change or if it's going to change. It's been this way since I started back in 2012. It hasn't changed yet, but things change every day. So um, you don't want to get caught up in that. Um, so let's go to the website. Let me take you to the website that shows you everything CNA related. So I had that open too long, it timed out on me. 1 second. All right, so again, the website is www.mmis.georgia.gov. And you come right over here. You see nurse aid, medication aid? Click it. Okay. Once you click on it, you can search for a nurse aid. You can, let me see, can we zoom a little bit? You can search for a nurse aid. You can, this is what we're talking about today, the renewal form. That one is for employers. But if you go on the self-service portal, this is where you want to be. Right here. It's nice and bolded for you. All type of things is in this self-service portal. Click on it. Let them know who you are. Are you the nurse aide? Or are you like myself? I'm the nurse aide training program. So we will go to nurse aide, select a form. So if you change your name, that's here. If you want to update your personal information, more specifically your address and email address. If you want to bring in, if you're coming from another state and you want to transfer your CNA to Georgia, you need reciprocity form. I'll make another video about reciprocity pretty soon. But this is what we want today, the renewal form. And I was playing around with this earlier, and they have already changed it up a little bit. You usually have access to the entire document, but now they just give you what you need to know right away. You put your email address here, okay? Confirm your email address there. Go ahead with the name you were registered as. If your name changed, since you got your CNA certification, you want to use your original name when you first got certified. Put in your address, your social security number, and your certification number. It's going to say, are you currently a CNA? So if your license is still active, then you obviously want to select yes. Please wait. Refreshing page content, of course. All right. I don't know what it just did there, but it did something. All right. So certification date, that's what they added, 3/25/25. If you click that you're currently a CNA, they want the information of your employer. And they want you to click if you're still employed or not. Then once you put in all your information, they're going to have you update your documents, like check stub or W-2, any type of proof of employment, attach those documents there. And then when you do all of that, the submit button will appear for you. Okay? Super simple. Some people prefer to do it through the mail. So you would come here and print the form. So that pops up that gives you the original document. That's the one that I'm familiar with before they got the self-portal. Okay? And everything that they had online, they have here. Name, date of birth, social security number, phone, email address. Sign it, let your job sign it, stuff like that. Again, this is free. Do not let anybody scam you or hook you up, because it's just super easy. I know my students can come to me, come back to the school and get assistance with renewing. Free of charge, of course. Not every school is like that, and that's fine too, because it does take time away from what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. But I want to help everybody out. There's no needs for it to expire. Continuing education hours. I know I mentioned it for people who hold licenses in Georgia. They usually have to get continuing education hours from a third party and submit that with their renewal. But for CNA, there are continuing education requirements, but not for the renewal process. So if you're working at a facility, ideally they'll give you an in-service every month, and you're supposed to have 12 for the year, but that's not being monitored or recorded for the renewal process. Like I said, it could change, but as of right now, it's not necessary. So we're gonna just hope that they keep it that way. Okay. There's a shortage in great CNAs anyway. We want to try to keep it as painless as possible, so the renewal process shouldn't be that difficult. So I just showed you the website. It's www.mmis.georgia.gov. When I upload this, I will put it in the description, so you'll be able to just click on it and go and just browse around on the site. Like I said, everything CNA related is on that site. You're not that great on a computer, no biggie. Like I said, you can print it off, fill it out, mail it in, and wait for them to get back to you. Now, the time it takes, it takes less than 30 days usually. I've seen it done in a week. Most times it's like 10 days to 2 weeks. That's what I've witnessed with the students who've come to me for assistance. Man, that's not bad. As long as you do it, before the actual. Don't wait till the day of. Like, oh, I expired today. Let me go ahead and jump on this. Put it in your phone, the date. Give yourself like a 30, 60, 90-day reminder. Hey, my renewal is coming up. All right. When you get your check stubs, put them in a safe place or take a picture of them so it'll be in your phone. Email it to yourself. Put it in Google Drive. Whatever method you have for saving documents, you need to do that. If you're old school like me, I have file cabinets in all of my offices, home office and everywhere. I don't know exactly where it's at. My system ain't that great, but I know it's in there. So I just got to locate it. Okay. So I set a reminder. Most everyone has iPhones. Even if you have a Samsung, you can make notes to yourself, reminders. You have calendars. Every Google, every Gmail has a calendar attached to it. If you're on YouTube, I'm assuming you're familiar with Google. So save it for yourself. Even your other certifications that come along with it. If you're a CNA, more than likely you're going to have CPR and first aid certifications. Keep up with those expiration dates as well. We've had students who I teach CPR and first aid. I have received countless phone calls. People, hey, my job took me off the schedule because my CPR is expired. Can you help? I can help, but we just don't do CPR like in the middle of the day every day. Like you got to make an appointment. Oh, I need it tonight. I work 11 to 7. Don't be that person. Like keep up with your dates. Renew early. A lot of people, I was one of those people. If my CPR card is good till January 31st, I'm renewing on January 31st. I need to squeeze all my 2 years out of this certification. Benefits nobody. It just doesn't, because what's going to happen on January 31st? Car going to break down. The CPR class going to be canceled. You don't have a babysitter. Your job won't let you off. It's going to be something that gets some obstacle that gets in the way that could have been avoided had you decided to take care of it at least 30 days ago. Okay, so we got to start being more proactive versus reactive. Okay, but people miss deadlines all the time. You could be sick. You could have a sick child or a parent or whatever, and your focus is on everything except, renewing this CNA certification that you may or may not even been using. That's not the end of the world. So if you do find yourself lapsed for 1 year and have to retake the exam, we have, excuse me, we have a refresher course, because you'll have to take the written and the skills. Again, anybody watching, this is for the state of Georgia. So you got 5 skills to take in 30 minutes, and you have a multiple choice test, 70 questions, and they give you 2 hours to take that. So if you've been a CNA for at minimum 2 years, if you're renewing, so it's been at minimum 2 years, you probably don't remember anything that you was taught in school, especially pertaining to that exam. So you may have to get a refresher. And then, like we said, hope it doesn't happen to you, but after 3 years, you got to come sit through a whole nother class. Our class is 6 weeks. So just don't put yourself in that situation. And then you want to establish great relationships with your employers. The horror stories that I have heard. I'm working for this company. I was working for this company. I don't work there anymore. They won't sign my paper. It's probably a reason. It's probably a reason they won't sign. We don't necessarily have to go down that rabbit hole right now, but think to yourself, first off, why don't you work there anymore? And then how did you exit? Did you give the 2-week notice, 30-day notice, whatever they expect at that particular employer? Did you leave on bad terms? Were you terminated due to misconduct, or whatever the case may be? They may not want to do anything for you. So you have to Be mindful of that when it's time, when you need them for something. Okay. Let me see. What else do we have here? I thank y'all for rocking with me through this part of the video. As you see, I'm not as fluent as I am accustomed to being, but I just had to jump on and make this type of video because why not? People call even people who weren't my students call, hey, how do I renew? And if I got a minute, definitely I'll tell them. I'll definitely give the website. I just feel like that's my duty. If you have the knowledge, then share it. It didn't hurt me to give out the website, but sometimes they need detailed step by step instructions, and I don't always have the time for that, especially if you went to another school. Like, call them, okay? That makes sense to me. All right, so. Those of you, again, if you have multiple certifications, keep all of your stuff in one place. Your PPD screenings, I think that lasts a year in most places. If you're a med tech or a medication aid, you have to keep up with that too. That's a separate, even though you have to be a CNA in Georgia to be a med tech, the renewal processes are separate. CNA is super easy. Get your 8 hours. MedTech, you got to do a whole nother checklist, and that's a little bit involved. I can make a video about that too. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in videos on reciprocity, which is transferring from state to state, or medication aid renewal. But again, everything is on that website. You don't necessarily have to come here to hear me ramble on about it. You have it. You'll have it right in front of you. What else? Let me check. I had some notes. I'm a note taker. I want to make sure you got everything that you need from this video. Yeah, uh, we got it. We hit everything. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon.